Good morning. Monday again already, huh? It was a beautiful weekend though. It's a little chillier today. I guess it's that time of year. We see lots of fluctuations in the temperature and even precipitation. Sometimes it can be rain. Hopefully the snow's over. But everything looks so beautiful out there with all those colors. So this morning, let's do a flow that will help get that energy going through us again, getting us ready to face our week. Join me on your mat. Let me add that second. Yay, camera. We're going to start in a comfortable upright seat and do a little mountain breath to begin with. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, take the hands to the thighs, lean forward. Let that breath out. Sit tall. Take one round of breath here. And begin again. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale, one round of breath here. We'll do 3 more. You can add that ujjayi sound, that ocean sound in the back of the throat. Two more. Last one, wiggle those fingers. Really reach to the sky, anchor to the earth. And then release the breath. Control, just meet the breath in its natural state. Start to open the eyes if you've had them closed. Maybe wiggle around through the neck, fingers, wrists. Meet me in tabletop, hands and knees. And first, just make sure the knees are under the hips, wrists are under the shoulders. Push down into the mat. Let's shift forward and shift back. Get some good stretches in here. Start to wake up the body. Start to establish that connection between the mind and body. Telling the body it's time to move. And then come back to neutral. Tap the feet on the mat. Wake those feet up. Reach back with the right leg. Press through the heel. We're going to come into bird dog to begin with. So reach out with the left arm. Breathe. Reach in both directions. Now from bird dog, just bend the elbow, bend the knee. So kind of a fire hydrant shape in the knee and mirror that in the arm. Start to feel a diagonal contraction, the obliques. 2 more breaths. And then we'll take the second side. Left leg back, right arm forward. Feel that stretch. Reach, reach, reach both ways. And then fire hydrant with the leg, mirror that with the arm, and feel that diagonal contraction. And then come back to table. Tuck your toes, curl a tailbone up. Let's lift up into a nice down dog, nice easy down dog. And then some wiggling and squirming. Bend the knees a lot. Lay the belly down on the thighs. And as you inhale, lift the sit bones straight up and reach the heels down. Breathe clear up and down the spine. And as you inhale, just come up on the balls of the feet. Maybe even clear to the tiptoes. And then as you exhale, press the heels down. So gentle up and down with the feet. You'll shift forward and back a little bit on the wrists. Just a little wake up. Now float the knees to the mat again. We're going to take the left shin and kickstand it out, coming into a modified side plank. So I've got my weight and my balance on the left hand and left knee. That right leg is back here. You can look at the side camera. Bring the right arm up, stack the shoulders, push down into the left arm. Stay here, or maybe lift the right leg and swing the right arm up by the ear. Again, reaching in both directions, stretching through the side waist. And then maybe you bend the right knee and bring the right hand back to catch your foot. Open up through the right chest. Keep the knee lifted, then press the foot into the hand and resist with the hand. Now we'll come out of that the same way we went in. And then take the second side. Right shin kickstands. Reach back with the left leg. Reach up with the left arm. And then maybe you lift, press through the heel, reach through the fingertips as you swing your left arm up by your ear. Bend the knee, reach back for the ankle. Open the shoulder, so draw the left shoulder blade back towards the spine, then lift that left knee, keep it up, and push the foot into the hand and resist with the hand. Breathe. And then come out the same way you went in with slow control. And let's come to down dog again. Lift up. Look forward. Draw that tightrope right down the center of the mat, and one little tiny baby step at a time. We're going to work our way to the top of the mat. Keep the knees bent, and when you arrive, feet are under hips. Bend the knees a lot. Let the head hang here. Decompress the spine by resting your belly on your thighs. So you're protecting the spine and letting the weight of the head hang. I'll take a couple breaths here. Now on your inhale, take your fingertips to your shins. Let's lift halfway. Lengthen through the spine, extend through the spine. That's two directions, hips back, crown of the head forward. And then bend the knees, maybe not as much. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And bring the hands home to the heart. Now bring the prayer right back up the center of the body. Flip the palms. We're going to turn a little to the right. You can bend that left knee a little. Lift and look up. So kind of a twist and a heart opener. And then face forward. Hands back to Anjali Mudra. Exhale the hands home to the heart. Second side. Inhale. Flip. And lift. And turn. And exhale down. And we'll add a little Qigong warm up. I'm going to step back because I see my side camera kind of cuts off my arms. It's real hard to get just the right balance in this small area of the cameras. But I think you can see my legs okay. So I'm going to bring my feet a little wider than hip distance apart. And this is for the spine. It's called spinal breathing. I'm going to drop my hips, tailbone's heavy. Bring your forearms out here. Curl the fingers into the palms, just gently. Now inhale, this is a back bend. Look up, reach up. And then exhale, round the spine. Bring the forearms towards each other. Inhale, so it's cat-cow. And exhale. Let's do one more of these. then inhale back to neutral. Exhale the hands down. Step the feet back to hip distance apart. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Lift halfway on your inhale. And exhale, step back to plank. Let's drop the knees. With control, bend those elbows, bring the chest down, then the chin. Let's come up into a high cobra. Inhale up. Wake up the spine. Let's do 2 more of these. Exhale down. Maybe you need baby cobra this morning. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more up. And down. Now tuck your toes, press back into plank. And then down dog. Now swing your right leg back and up. See how far you can get it. Bend your left knee and then swing that leg up. Now work to straighten your left leg. Bend your right knee. Stack your hips. Don't stack the shoulders. Now breathe here. You can do some rotations through the right ankle. Square the hips. We're going to bring the knee towards the belly. So shifting forward into plank, knee comes towards the belly. And then back up, 3-legged dog. You can extend the leg long. And 1 more time, bent knee to belly. Inhale up. Now this time we're going to bring the foot forward between the hands. Help it out if you need to. Look at the back leg. Railroad tracks. Warrior 1 foot in the back, so hop forward maybe the length of your foot. Toes externally rotate about 45 degrees, rise up. Hands to hips. Right hip back, left hip forward. Arms by ears. Virabhadrasana 1. Now lift your gaze, lift your heart. Exalted warrior. And breathe. Now exhale before you leave the back bend. Exhale the hands behind you. Feel those shoulder blades reach towards the spine. Now lace the fingers. Push the knuckles down. Now we're going to float forward. Humble warrior. Reach up with the fist. See if you can reach higher. Let the head hang. Now on an inhale, come up. Release the hands. Bring the arms by the ears. Back to exalted. Set up for humble warrior again. This time, you can come forward onto the belly or onto the thigh with the belly, or turn and bring the head down towards the floor. Slide the torso up to the inside of the right thigh. And breathe. Maybe reach up a little higher with the fist. Now frame the foot with the hands. Step back into plank. Drop your knees. Strong shoulders. Bring the chest down and the chin. 3 more high cobra. Inhale up. And exhale down. 2 more. And coming down, tuck the toes, come into plank. Then down dog. Now swing the left leg back and up. Bend the right knee and then really kick that leg up. Then work to straighten the right leg. Breathe here. Keep the shoulders square to the mat and the hips. Now bend the knee and stack the hips. Shoulders stay square. And circle through that left ankle. Now square the hips again. We're going to come forward, bent knee, 3-legged plank, but draw the knee towards the belly. And back up. You can extend the leg long. 1 more time forward, bend the knee. Knee to belly. Inhale back up, 3-legged dog. And now we're going to step it forward in between the hands.
Externally rotate the back foot. And heel to heel. Rise up. Hands to hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. Arms by ears. Let the tailbone be heavy, so kind of scoop the sit bones underneath you. Then lift your gaze. Lift your heart. Exalted warrior. Keep the back bend. Swing the arms behind you. Feel those shoulder blades. Bring them to the spine. And then lace the fingers. Draw the elbows towards each other. Push the knuckles down. Pull the hand away from the sacrum. Now inhale. Think about filling your lungs with helium. And then exhale. We're going to float forward over the hip crease, bringing the low belly and the ribs on the left side to the support of the thigh. Now reach up with the fists. Let your head hang. Now release the hands. Swing those arms forward and up by the ears. As you rise up, we'll take another exalted warrior. Maybe a little deeper back bend. Hands behind you, setting up for humble warrior. And this time, maybe you slide down along the inside of the thigh. Let the head hang. Reach a little higher with the fists. Breathe. Frame the foot. Let's step back in down dog. And again, as you inhale, come up on the tiptoes. And as you exhale, press the heels down. 2 more of those. Inhale. And exhale, opening up the back of the legs. Posterior chain. 1 more. Look forward. Let's walk a tightrope again, but maybe bigger steps this time. Coming to the top of the mat. When you arrive, let's lift on an inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Lifting halfway. Step back into down dog. Lift your right leg back and up. Step it forward. Now set the left leg up for warrior 2. Externally rotate so the pinky toe edge of the foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. And maybe you heel toe that leg way back there. So you have a little challenge as you rise up. Find warrior 2, again, hands to hips. Let's bring the right hip back, left hip forward, and swing the arms out. Everything from the navel up faces your left. Look down the right fingertips. Breathe. Now come into peaceful warrior. Extend the right arm up, but bring that left arm up and pull in the arm a bit. And then maybe you take the half bind. Breathe. Peaceful. And back to warrior 2. Now bring the, I have to stop and think, right hand down to the mat. Left hand down to the mat. So it's kind of like our humble warrior. The torso is sliding along the inside of the thigh. Option to take the bind here. So reach back with your right arm and over with your left. You can grip the fingers together, locking them like Ganesh Mudra. 3 more breaths. Unwind. Bring both hands to the mat. Now pivot on that heel. Both feet are turned so the little toe edges are parallel to the short edges of the mat. Now you come onto the palms of the hands, onto fingertips. You can even use blocks here. Lifting halfway up, wrists under shoulders. Pulling the feet away from each other. Feel that open up the sit bones. And then maybe you bend the elbows a bit. Maybe you let your head hang. You can bend your knees here a bit. In fact, it's nice to bend the knees. And just like in our down dog, with the bent knees, then I want you to turn the sit bones straight up towards the sky as you straighten the legs. And hang. Feel that decompression of the spine. Now come to halfway up again. Walk towards the top of the mat, pivot on the feet, step back in down dog. Shift forward into plank. Maybe you drop the knees here, or maybe you try to be real steady in the arms. And come down to the belly. Let's do 3 cobra. One more. Try to press back into plank. Tuck the toes, lift, then down dog. Swing your left leg back and up. Step it forward. Getting ready for warrior 2 on this side. Externally rotate the leg. Maybe you heel toe that leg back there a bit. Now cartwheel your arms up. Hands to hips. Left hip back, right hip wraps forward. I always take the heel of my hand to the fleshy part of my hip and let that kind of wrap forward. Bring your arms up. Turn your gaze to your left fingertips. Reach. Breathe. Now we'll come into peaceful warrior. Swing the left arm up, but bring that right arm up to the wrist pull. And then maybe you take the half bind with the right hand, or the hand can be down the back of the leg. Breathe. Now back to warrior 2. We're going to take left hand to the inside of the left foot. Then bring the right hand down. You can stay here or take that left hand under, right hand around. See if you can grip the fingers, let your head hang. Breathe. Unwind. Frame the foot. Step back and down dog. Ripple forward into plank. Let's drop the knees. Bring the knees wide, big toes together. Let's take a nice wide child's pose. You can turn your head to one side or come to the forehead. And let's let the breath help remind the body to let go. Rest. Three more breaths here. Now press back into table, lift up into down dog, and walk forward. Let's try to take 2 big steps. So 1 and 2. Lift halfway and fold. Feel the hamstrings. Now when we started, for me, I had to bend my knees a lot. Now I don't have to bend them so much. Hamstrings are waking up. Pull the hands away from each other, feet away from each other, arms up. Exhale the hands home to the heart. Now bring the big toes to touch. Leave a little space between the heels, Samastitihi. We're going to do some chair flow. Inhale, bring the arms up by the ears. Now send your hips back, bend the knees, reach with the fingertips as you bring those fingertips down towards your ankles. Touch the mat if you can. Now inhale, keep the hips low. Lift the torso and the arms. We're gonna hold here for 8 more breaths. Four more, maybe you sink a little lower. Two more. And on your next exhale, lift the hips, send the hands down, forward fold. Lift halfway. And exhale, step back into down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Step it forward. Let's come back to warrior two. Maybe you want to challenge a little more, reaching back with that leg. Cartwheel your arms up. Reach back a bit. Turn and look at the left fingertips and reach. Then turn and look at the right. Now holding warrior two, let's flex through the wrists. Extend each finger long. Spread each finger wide. Drop the shoulders out of the hips. 3 more breaths here. Work those wrists. Open up those channels for the nerves to pass through the hands. And then it's like we're holding party balloons with our hands. Cartwheel the arms around. Step back in down dog. Swing the left leg back and up. Step it forward. Setting up for warrior two. Rise up in warrior two. Look back at the right hand. Reach back that way. Now turn and look at the left. And breathe. Now this time I need to circle back and get our Prasarada on this way around. So I want you to straighten that front leg, pivot, turn the toes to the right, and fold forward. I have to watch all my furniture here. Maybe you do too. And bring the wrists under the shoulders. And maybe you heel toe a little wider. Now see if you can turn the fingers to point behind you and maybe start walking the hands under you. Let your head come down. Softening the knees if you need to. And breathe. Now walk the hands forward. Let's lift halfway. Walk to the top of the mat with the hands. Now we've pivoted. We're going to step back in plank. And just flip your feet to the tops of the feet. Let the hips slowly come down, but just the hands and the tops of the feet are holding you up. This is upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, down dog. 3 breaths here, but still feels good to come up on an inhale onto the tiptoes and exhale, press through the heels. One more time. Now float your knees back to table. So when we started practice today, we did a modified side plank and reached back for our ankle. We're going to do something similar here in table. So set the shoulders up, push down, and the base of the index finger and base of the thumb. Now knees are hip distance apart. I'm going to lift my right knee, keep the knee bent. Now swing the left arm back there for your ankle. Now take the ankle, open through the left chest, push the ankle into the hand and the hand into the ankle. So kind of a variation of half bow pose. Now pay attention to the right arm. Don't sink into the shoulder. Breathe. Maybe you take a little deeper back bend. And by taking the ankle, you can maintain the integrity of the knee. Then release. And we'll take the second side. So if you just grip the foot, you tend to sickle the foot, and then you bring stress to the knee. You could also use a strap here, but I find that awkward. Now lift your left knee. Keep that knee lined with the hip. Swing the right arm back there. Find the foot and then see if you can crawl those fingers to your ankle. Open through the right chest. Push down into the left hand. Maybe a little more back bend. Lift the foot a little higher, the gaze a little higher. And then release. Let's take another wide child's pose or happy puppy. And this time let's thread, if you're taking wide child's pose with me, thread the arms right down between the legs. And let the shoulders fall forward. You can massage the palms of your hands with a little squeeze of the fingers. You can even reach around for your ankles. Nice curled up pose, and the instructor that I first saw this with calls it chicken nugget. It's kind of a cute name. Two more breaths. And then reach out long. Find your way to table. And we'll come to plank. So extend the right leg long first. Maybe you come to the ball of the foot and press through the heel. And then maybe the left leg, press through the heels. Then shift forward. Come down to the belly. If you need to drop your knees, do that. And we'll come to Sphinx pose. Elbows under armpits. Spread the fingers wide. Push into the armpits. Draw your navel back towards your spine. Support the low back. Breathe into the ribs. Now pull the hands towards you and feel that send your heart forward between the gate of your arms. Now push into the elbows again. Breathe. Press into the right hand, straighten that arm, and we're going to look over the right shoulder. Take a little twist and down. Push into the left hand, straighten the arm. Take a little twist and down. One more each side. And back. Now pivot on your right elbow. Bring that forearm underneath your chest to support you. I'm going to reach out with my left arm. Bend your right knee. And we're going to reach back with the left arm and take your ankle again. Start to square the shoulders towards the front edge of the mat. And release. Switch sides. The right arm out, left leg bends. Reach up, back, and around. Find that foot. If you can walk, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm walking my toes into the wrist crease and then laying my fingers over the foot. That way I can keep my knee happy. Push into the left elbow, lift, and breathe. And release. Let's come down to crocodile. Separate the legs, stack your hands, bring your forehead down, bend the knees, and windshield wiper the shins side to side. But make sure this movement is felt in the pelvis. This serves to release the low back. And then bring the shins down. Now bring the hands underneath armpits. We're going to press up into plank, so legs are now hip distance apart again. Now drop your knees, kneeling plank. Send your hips back. As you inhale, shift forward. Let your pelvis come down as the toes reach towards the back of the head and the gaze goes up. And then back down. Let's do 2 more of those. Last one. And then back. Now come to the belly, and we're going to go for bow pose. But if that's just not in the cards for you, you can go back to the kneeling plank. It's kind of a modified up dog. So both legs bend. I'm going to reach back for both ankles. Open through the front chest first. Flex your feet. That will protect the knees. And see if you can lift your knees by pushing the feet into the hands. And breathe. 2 more breaths. And release with control. Let's find crocodile again. Bend those knees. We're in shoulder positions. Really let that pelvis rock side to side. And take crocodile. And while we're here, let's turn the head from ear to ear. I always imagine I'm ironing out the wrinkles. And then a couple breaths just to let go. Now press yourself into table. We're going to cross the ankles behind us and come to a seated position. Sukhasana if you can. Being upright on something under your hips might be helpful. Pause here. We're going to take 3 more mountain breaths before we move to our backs. Inhale up and exhale. 1 round of breath here. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. I think I forgot a round of breath. And pause just for a moment. And come to your back. I think we'll come to my back this way. And keep the knees bent. Knees and feet hip distance apart. And pause in that shape. Just letting your spine settle in. Now extend the legs up long, flex through the heels. We'll do a little bit of core work before we settle in for some relaxation. Lift and reach towards your toes and pretend you have a rope and you're pulling on that rope, trying to climb to the feet. And then lower yourself back down with the rope. And we'll do that 2 more times. So we're going to climb and lower and climb and lower. Now bend your knees, draw your knees in. Now extend the right leg out long, keep the left knee in. Bring your hands behind your head, twist the left elbow over towards the right knee, and then we'll switch. A little yogi bicycle. Let's do 2 more each side. Bring the back of the head down,
lower the feet, but walk them wide. Let's take a little windshield wiper. And come back to stillness. Walk the feet hip distance apart. Walk the heels up towards your bottom. Lift the back of your head. Reach out through the crown of your head. Tuck your chin a little bit. Then lay your head down. So now I've made some space in the cervical spine. We're getting ready for a bridge pose. So bring the hands next to you. Palms down. See if you can reach down there and touch your heels. At least reaching in that direction. Tuck your shoulder blades. As you inhale, push into the hands, push into the feet, push the knees away. Come up onto the balls of the feet. See if you can walk your feet a little further forward and maybe reach down for the backs of the ankles or maybe even the heels. So it's a bridge pose, but really we're kind of back into that half bow pose, right? If we were on our belly, maybe you can reach down for your ankles. Lift the hips, tuck the shoulders. 2 more breaths. And then slowly come down. Get long in the spine as you come down. Let your heels come down last. And we're going to rock and roll across the length of the spine, maybe coming up into a shoulder stance. So make sure the head is reaching, chin's coming down towards the chest. We'll rock a couple times, and then maybe you bring the hips up. So the weight should be on your shoulders, not your head and neck. And lowering those feet, I gotta watch for the table coming into plow if that's in your practice. And then releasing slowly back down. And finding your way through any last minute movements. Maybe another little twist would feel good here. And settling in for Shavasana. Tuck your shoulder blades. And 3 or 4 breaths, just settling in, just being very aware of physical sensations, making yourself even 2% more comfortable. And then commit to stillness. Perhaps inviting the mind to explore the body for energy. What does that mean to you this morning? What would it feel like or look like if your mind could sense that energy? What's that like for you today? Maybe a visual comes to mind. Maybe it's just sensation. Maybe there's sound with your energy. Let it be very open, very even, very fluid, like a river. Let's start with the toes today. See if you can maybe wiggle toes on one foot and switch to the other. And both feet at the same time. And then expand your movement, working up the legs into the hips, low back. Arms, maybe a good morning stretch. Now let's roll up today. So grab the backs of your legs, cross the ankles, and come up to a seated position. Back where we started. Looks kind of cloudy out there today. Let's inhale, reach up. Bring your hands together. Exhale the hands home to the heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Like this video if you can. I'm still not sure I think you can right now. I'm seeing my software, my streaming software, so I can't really see the YouTube channel. Share this with other people if you will for me. I'm starting my circuit training, my tone and strength class on Wednesday, 12:15 to 1 o'clock. So join me there. I've got some different music and some different effects. So have a great week. I hope to see you on Wednesday. Thank you for the like.